What's up, gang? It's Keg from Nuke the House Sports Betting here to preview the field for today's NASCAR Cup Series race at Talladega Super Speedway, the Jack Links 500. First, my good friends, Nuke the House is currently available on the OddsShopper Tales platform. We sell weekly and monthly NASCAR packages, which include subscriber in-game betting shows for every NASCAR Cup Series, Xfinity, and Truck Series race that you guys could come and hang out with us and sweat your action, tail us. Been a rough month for your boy, but we're starting to turn it around, guys. Finally getting back on track. Picked up about 8 units in the draft. Basically broke even on Saturday. So things are starting to turn around. It's been a better week than the last 5. That's for sure. All right. Very tough week. We weren't around last week. There was no cup race. And I did not do a video on Thursday to preview the field like I normally do. Why? Because this race is a total shit show. All the races at Daytona and Talladega are very volatile. They're incredibly chaotic. It's almost impossible to cash an outright ticket in any race at Talladega or Daytona unless you're incredibly lucky, because one accident at any moment during the race could take out 12 to 15 cars if the wreck is big enough. So, full transparency. I don't like to give out a ton of action in this race because no matter what I give you guys, there is a much better chance that you will drop that bet than you will win that bet, strictly due to the volatility at the track, right? So I am going to give out a few bets for the video, but just know that there is a better shot that you don't cash this ticket than you do. There are 36 races on the NASCAR Cup Series schedule. I bet 32 of them a certain way. And I always expect to cash a ticket in 32 of those races. The 4 races every year that are at Daytona and Talladega, I bet them fully expecting to lose. And if that happens, it is what it is. So just keep that in mind, because I have to be honest with you guys. So it's going to be very hard to cash your ticket in this race. But we're going to try to use the volatility to our advantage the best way that we can. Let's kick it off at Caesars with a bet that I don't hate at plus 140. And that is, let me pull it up here. Will the race go to overtime? Yes, at plus 140. So we did a little research at Nuke the House. 6 of the last 9 races at Talladega or Daytona have gone to overtime. It gets crazy at the end of these races. Cars start vying for position, and when you're going 200 miles an hour, inches away from each other, especially down the stretch the last couple races, there is a very good chance that volatility, somebody is going to screw up along the way, hit somebody, cause an accident, and a caution come out. So at plus 140 for a bet that, at least in the next gen era, there's a better than a 50-50 shot that bet hits. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. So we're going to go with will the race go to overtime at Caesars at plus 140 for the first bet. Second bet, if you're going to bet this race, matchups aren't a bad way to go. It's 1v1. You have the benefit in this race of whatever car you're going up against being out of the race within 25 laps. Theoretically, that can happen. If there's a big wreck early in this race and the guy you're going against gets caught up in it, you're an automatic winner. The flip side to that is you could be dead 25 laps into the race as well. And it could be a loser early in the race. So when I'm betting at this track, I try to look for speed and I try to look for plus money in matchups. One guy that checks off both those boxes is Todd Gilliland, heads up against Alex Bowman at plus 105 at Bet365. Now, Alex Bowman, not a bad super speedway guy, pretty solid. Hendrick Motorsports in general did not qualify well today. They didn't have one car finish in the final 10 in qualifying. Am I concerned about them? Not really. They were probably set up for the race and not qualifying, if I had to guess. But Todd Gilliland and Front Row Motorsports has had speed on just about every single super speedway in the next gen era. Todd Gilliland finished 7th at Daytona earlier in the year. And Fords in general, while only one Ford has won at Talladega in the next gen era, they have the ability to make their way towards the front better than Toyota and Chevy. They just have more pure power in the format when it comes to super speedways than Toyota and Chevy. Now, does it always translate to the win? It does not. They've only won 1 out of the last 6. But if you notice tomorrow, more times than not, it's easier for Ford to drive their way back up to the front in this format with their horsepower than it is for Toyota or Chevy. That's why Penske has been so successful at staying up towards the front on these super speedways. Stewart-Haas, the last couple of years, have been very strong at staying up towards the front. And, Furniture Row has been rock solid. So give me Todd Gilliland plus 105 over Alex Bowman at Bet365. Last bet, and it's a flyer. Eric Jones, currently 14-1 to be the top Toyota at Caesars. Is it a long shot? It is. There are 9 Toyotas in the race. Theoretically, any single one of them can be the top Toyota, whether or not there is a certain amount of volatility. Eric Jones doesn't need any volatility to be the top Toyota. He's already won here before in the next gen era at Talladega. He's a very, very underrated super speedway guy in general. And at 14-1, the price is more than fair because Chris Bell or Tyler Reddick or Bubba Wallace or Denny Hamlin or Chase Briscoe, they have no better shot to be the top Toyota today than Eric Jones does. This is just not a conventional oval that you see a mile and a half, a 1 mile track where speed matters, where handling matters. The only thing that matters is horsepower here. And if you've got it, you're live as long as you could stay away from trouble. So at 14-1, that is a very fair price for Eric Jones to be the top Toyota. Could he get beat by any one of the other 8 Toyotas? It is. He can. But is there value on Eric Jones to be the top Toyota at 14-1, which is the only thing we could base this on? 100%. If I was going to price him at this track, I would have Eric Jones 7 or 8-1 to be the top Toyota. To be honest, I don't think I would have any Toyota above 8-1, considering we're only talking about 9 cars. So at 14-1, given the fact that he's a great super speedway guy, given the fact that he's won here before, give me Eric Jones to be the top Toyota. Keep in mind, though, it is a flyer and could easily go down. And that's it, boys. We'll be live for the race later on today at 3 p.m. on Nuke the House YouTube. And don't forget, you guys could use the promo code NUKE for a 1-week free trial on the Odd Trapper Tales platform. So check us out. If not, come and hang out with us later on today on Nuke the House YouTube. And aside from that, we'll see you there. And I'll catch you next week. We're out. Later.